Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another special edition of Cory, Jennie, and Lindsey. I think we need to start our own show, you guys, because this is a lot of fun. So we've been coming at you with some tips around and just some of our own lessons learned around working from home, working remotely, managing kids while you're doing that if you're a parent and doing this. And so for this video, Jennie's going to take the lead and talk with us a little bit about, especially because she has run a homeschool in addition to working from home for so many years now, a little bit about having a plan. So Jennie, you want to take it away?
Absolutely. So in this day and age, I think a lot of us are finding ourselves at home a lot more. We're working from home, and now we have our kids home and we're schooling from home, whether it's something handed down by our district, whether it's something we have purchased ourselves or are using ourselves just to keep that education rolling this year. Whatever it is, we find ourselves at 10 o'clock in the morning looking at each other thinking, I'm usually at work, you're usually at school, and here we are day 14. And so for one thing, it can be a little overwhelming. It's a lot to take in on a day, especially if you're working full time and you have multiple children or you're teaching multiple things. And so scheduling. So we've talked about scheduling before, and there's different types of scheduling. So some of us work better on those times. I'm doing math from 9 to 10, or I'm blocking this for work or whatever it is. And sometimes more of those sequential schedules where I do these things in a row and I'm done when I'm done, and then I pick up the next thing. Whatever it is, having some kind of plan, even if the plan goes off the rails and we have to regroup and try again, but having a plan. And so I know, Cory, you got your 3 kiddos home. They have schoolwork set by your district, and you came up with a plan. And so I'd love to hear how.
Y'all,
absolutely. And we just got to hear her declare recess a little while ago.
Yes,
which I think was kids' favorite part. But how do you feel? So you're doing it timed. How do you feel about that? How is it working?
it works for me because my meetings and the things I need to do, if I have a meeting, those are obviously at times. So yesterday we have our morning meeting, a stand-up meeting here at Sibme at 9 with our team on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's our family morning walk. So I was like, am I going to move my morning walk around, or am I going to send them out with my husband, or will I go? And I went and realized I can't walk up a small hill and talk at the same time right now. By the end of all of this quarantining, maybe I'll have built those muscles back up, but I obviously need to do a lot more walking in my life. But for right now, this is working. On Monday, we tried a similar schedule that I had just downloaded, and it did not work at all for us. This one, the kids had a little bit of input in and helping design and talking about things. I do have a no electronics time because their school work is online, and I want to give them a break from that in the day. But so far, so good. Even my 5-year-old will pick up, it's usually the wrong one, but she thinks it's the schedule, and she'll go, what's on the schedule next? And so it's pretty cute. So this works for me. It does not work for everybody. I really like, and I think whenever this isn't working, I'm going to go to your other plan option. Jennie, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let you talk a little bit about that.
So that's what, and I was a timed person too. And when I was teaching and had those dedicated teaching times and those teaching blocks, and Lindsey, of course, was teaching with me, were rather long. And so you did have to be more, there was more preparation in getting your kids ready for longer blocks. These days, we don't do those longer blocks. An hour is usually the extent of how long I'd have to prepare my kids to either be quiet or have something independent to do. We work more sequentially now. And so they know what that is on their list, and they just go from one thing to another. A lot of times that's independent, a lot of times it's not. But what doesn't get done, we'll just try again tomorrow. And so that's just, it is slightly more laid back, and the other one might be more productive, but whatever works for you at the season you're in. And so you just kind of give it the best you got that day, and try again tomorrow. Flexibility, and Lindsey is great to talk about this, flexibility in those schedules, best laid plans. We'll give it a go, but when things go awry, always have kind of that plan B, that backup plan that can kind of get you out of a pinch, especially if your work has to continue and you need your kids to have something to do